Hey guys, welcome to Get Going Fast. And I'm just going to just say it before all the other stuff. FramePack Studio is awesome. It is off the chart. This is taking the FramePack to the next level. We had we had FramePack just a day ago, just a couple days ago, and then we had F1 come out yesterday, and now they've come out with FramePack Studio, which takes it to the next level. Just incredible application. This is all image to video. Okay, so that was just some quick, simple stuff that I worked on. Guys, we're going to go through this app. I'm going to show you all the different features that come with it. You're going to notice we can do our original FramePack, and we got our F1 FramePack. This is going to have our text to video. It's going to have image to video. Guys, you can even use LoRAs in this, even though it is a little bit buggy at the moment. Guys, this is amazing, okay? So WAN 2.1, it's kind of ironic in some ways. We just got WAN figured out, and now FramePack Studio's come out. And honestly, you don't have to use Comfy UI with this. Guys, this is a freaking awesome app, and it's just going to get better and better. So we're going to go through that. But first, before we do that, I want to thank you for liking the channel, sharing the video, telling people about it, just calling up someone randomly and just being like, I don't know who you are, but I will get you going fast. No, don't do that. That'll scare them. Just go up to like random strangers and ask them about their thoughts about AI and tell them about Get Going Fast. And that is such a good way. People really like that kind of thing anyways. So thank you for doing that on our behalf. Really appreciate it. I'm hyper right now because I'm excited about FramePack Studio. We are going to get into how to use it, and we're going to do it now. So hang in there and let's yo it up together. Yo. Okay, first, we'll go through how to get this installed and how to use it. Obviously, the easiest way that you can get this installed is just to go to framepack.getgoingfast.pro. Okay, and this is actually going to take you over to the membership site here, and from here you can actually just click, and this will take you over. If you're a FarmHam member, you can get this here, or you can pick it up for a one-time purchase. And this actually, we have gone ahead, this works with Python 3.10, but it's going to work with all your CUDA versions, which means it's going to work with your 5090 as well. So that is very exciting stuff. So this is the absolute easiest way. Once you get that downloaded, then all you have to do is this. You just put it in a let's get you over to here to File Explorer. All you got to do is you just download it. It'll come in a zip file. You extract it, and then just click the install. It's going to go ahead and ask you which version of CUDA you want to use. And at that point, you just tell it which version of CUDA you want. We've got 11.8, 12.6, 12.8. 12.8 is what you're going to need to run with your 5090. Or if you got AMD, it'll just install as normal. So a lot of options here. Very excited to get going with that. So that is the absolute easiest. To get there, you go to FramePack, framepack.getgoingfast.pro. Okay, and that is the Get Going Fast solution right there. First, let's take a look at how it actually works. Once we get this thing loaded, it's going to pop up a window that looks like this, okay? And you're going to notice at the top it has a Generate Original, and then it has Generate F1. So you've got both versions here. When you install this, it's going to download. It's quite a large model. You're probably going to have about 50 gigabytes of model, I would imagine. Let's go over here and actually do a quick look Yeah. Okay. So I'm rocking 70 gigabytes to download this thing. Okay. So it is not small by any stretch of the imagination, but it's worth it. Okay. And so let's take a quicker look at it here. You get this in here. You're going to have your original. You're going to have your F1. Now the F1 is supposedly a improvement upon the original. Okay, but Elias Veal, who created this thing, has kept the original there because, in case there's something wrong with the F1, you can always have the more stable original. But I'm going to tell you, this is going to move in a path where the original will eventually just get pushed up by the rest. And guys, the space moves so fast. I mean, it was a week ago that FramePack came out. It was yesterday that that F1 came out, and then Studio got released today, and it is awesome. It's the best app of the year right now. Best app of the year. Okay, mind boggle. So, anyway, you got a few different things. You notice there's a queue here, which is going to be cool. So that's great. You can actually queue stuff up. So you get one going, then you get another going. It's not going to sit on top of each other. So that is fantastic. Okay, and then you've got your settings. You can notice, again, it's output. So that's nice. Sometimes these apps, what they do is they create something, but it doesn't save it. And then you're like, ugh. So this one saves it. Okay, you got your LoRA directory there. Okay, so you can use LoRAs. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. It's a little bit buggy at the moment, so it's definitely something we're going to be wanting to keep our eye on the newer versions. I don't see a update button here. That's fine. We can update it. I'll show you how to update it later in the repository. That's as simple as using what's called a git pull command. All right, I'm distracted. There's a baseball game on over here as well, so I'm excited about FramePack Studio, and I'm excited about the Orioles. And okay, but let's pay attention back over to here. So you notice we've got our drop image here thing. So this is going to be where we can put our thing. Now, notice there's little buggy things. Sometimes when you click an image, it doesn't show up straight away like that. There we go. And then we got it. Okay. So now we just go down to our normal here to our prompts. Well, we got our latent images, so you can play around with all that. Okay, but you got our prompts, and you're going to notice that here the prompt is interesting. It has a label that says 1 second. It has a label 3 second, 5 seconds. So what he's doing here is he's giving you the ability to actually create frames at certain areas. And then of course what it does then is it builds into that space, right? So it's like building a last frame or getting a first frame so that you're guiding the generation. So that is really cool. So like with this one, we could put, the person, we could put the cat, lands on its feet or something like that. The cat jumps in the air. The cat lands on the ground. And the cat does a dance or whatever. Okay, and then we could run that, and it'll go ahead and do its thing up there. I'm loath to hit it right now because I don't want to bog down my system, but maybe we'll pause it and run it and see what's going on. You'll see that it does the same thing as the other FramePack Gradio version does, is it puts a little square up here that shows you that it's actually working. Okay, we've got our steps again. So our steps are like when we're working on a proof of something, like before we turn something into our professor, you do a first draft, a second draft, a third draft, all that kind of stuff, And so this is kind of like that. So if you really want to go faster, you could turn that down to 10, 15. That way you get stuff coming out faster. Maybe I'll do that for this one. It's going to be low quality, but it'll go faster. So it sets at 25. 25 is a generous place to start. Generally, if you're going to do high quality, you want to do like, 30, 40, 50, that kind of thing, right? Now you've got your video length seconds. I don't know why they do this in points. I hate that because to me that's kind of silly. Just give me a full second thing. But, you can set this up. Now notice I have up here, it says 5 seconds. If I have that lower than 5 seconds, that prompt ain't going to make no sense. So we'll put it up to 6. We'll keep it at 6. And then we have our width. Okay, so again, you can play with this. Notice it's set at 640, so that's not really high quality. 768 is as big as it gets. So again, we're not getting massive high quality. All right, now we're going to get down here to selecting your LoRa. So you can click on that. There actually is a folder that you can put your LoRas into, and you can actually set it again by clicking on your settings over here. You can set where the LoRas go. So theoretically, what you could do is, if you already have LoRas set up with your Comfy UI or your SD Forge or your, your whatever, then you could just use that folder as well. Okay. Now there is a what do you call it? There is a bug with this, and the bug right now is that you have to have 2 LoRas in that folder. So if you only have one LoRa, okay, and if you only have one LoRa and then you try to use it, it will not work, and that is weird. I don't know why that is. So you just got to get a second one in there, and then it'll find it. So it probably has to do with an indexing issue. So it needs more than one, so that somehow the code just got an error and it's throwing an error by just looking at one thing. Okay, whatever. So maybe it's looking for like an end of list, and it's defining the list as more than one. I don't know, whatever. So that's what's going on there. Okay, there's all the stuff here, so you can upload your metadata if you're into that, your JSON stuff. So if you know how to do that, you want to do that, you can use that. Notice Tcache is installed already for you on this, so that is super duper cool. Now let me actually take a look at something. So as I got to look at this, I realized I'm not certain that this works with Sage Attention or not. It does have the Tcache. My feeling is it probably does, so we can go through that on the install and look at it. Now notice I went ahead and clicked the add to queue. I decided to do it anyways, and so you can see up here that it's actually creating some of the image. And if you can see that, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Let me try this real quick. It gives you a little bit of a heads up of what it's already building. So that's pretty cool. You can already see that it's doing its thing. Oh wait, let me show you. Can't see that, can you? Hold on just a second. There we go. So that was just a picture of the preview, so you can already see that it's doing some stuff there. So that is cool how that works. You can see it up top there. And then, as usual, what it's going to do is it's going to pop out, when it gets 1 second done, it'll pop out the 1 second, then it'll give the 2 seconds, and then the 4. I've discovered that the first couple seconds take longest. But I'll sit and wait quite a while for the first and the second the first and the second. All right, anyway, whatever. And then the 4 second clip will come pretty fast after that. So, okay, so notice this is your seed. Again, you can change this. And notice this says elite. So that's actually elite language that he's using there. And then you probably want to click on this randomizer, otherwise you're going to get the same stuff all the time. Okay, we can look at our advanced parameters. So, again, it just says change at your own risk, very experimental, so we're not even going to play with it, okay? Your distilled CFG, that's kind of like your realism scale, how close the AI keeps to your prompts. I like to look at it as a realism scale. Like, generally when you're generating images, a lower CFG typically gives more realistic looking stuff, but that can really mess stuff up. I really don't recommend playing with this stuff. And then your GPU inference preserved memory, larger means slower. So if you're having problems with says set this number to a larger value if you're encountering you get stuck in the hit in the stomach, that means out of memory errors. Okay, so if you're having problems running this, try putting this up higher, but it's going to slow it down even more. And I suppose on the other side you could put that down a bit. I don't like playing with these things, honestly, because I just want to get in and out. I don't want to break it. If you do accidentally mess something up, then all you do is reload it, okay, and it'll reload. Okay, so here's our here's 1 second. So notice she's coming down. She kind of, that pom-pom disappears, so that's not cool, but you could prompt that better. But still, you're seeing how well this works. Now, this was our image to video. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm going to look you straight in the eye and tell you this does not safe for work stuff. This is an uncensored model. Guys, freak out. Okay, now, having said that, this was our image to video. And you can go ahead and get rid of that, and then you could actually just paste your stuff in there. The cat jumps there, cat lands on the cat, the cat does a dance. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to cancel this, even though this is only 1 second. We've got the basic idea. I'm going to hit cancel, and it's going to go ahead and cancel it. And if we go over to our queue over here, it should show them all as completed. Okay, see, let's refresh that. Now if I go ahead and press add to queue, it's going to start over. And now it's going to do our text to video. And like I said, guys, this is not safe for work capable. So you can write what you want in here and it's going to generate it for you. You can do it with the image to video. You can do it with the text to video. Okay. This is a fully uncensored model. Okay. Which is great. I think we should all be treated like adults, be able to do what we want with the models. So obviously you need to obey laws. So, you know, don't take images of people that don't know that you're not taking their image and then do things with them that you shouldn't, that you can actually get into big trouble for that. But when you use these things responsibly, you do what you want with it, yo. Go for it. Have fun with both of these. Okay, and you're going to see over here that you got this generate F1 thing. Notice when I go over here, I lose the thing here that's going on. And so these are like two little separate tabs. These are two separate tabs. Okay. Now, if I went ahead and do something, it'll just queue up as well. Okay. But these are all the same settings. Okay. Notice I had randomized on the other one. I'd have to check it on this one. So if you set it on the one, you're going to have to set it on the other. All right. So that is FramePack Studio. Awesome. Okay, but this said we'll wait for this image of this cat going up here. But guys, freaking awesome app. Awesome app. I can't express how good it is. And all you need to do is go to framepack.getgoingfast.pro. And if you remember, you guys just download it. It's going to ask you the CUDA version you want. And then you're going, you're gold. You're generating whatever you want to generate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this. We'll wait for the cat to get done, and then we will go ahead and install it manually. And there we have our dancing cat, or at least a few seconds of it. And that's text to video. So that's good stuff there. That's only 1 second. So that's going to end up being a 6-second video if I let it finish, which I'm not going to do, but still, very good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and go and get this installed now. Okay, I've actually decided that we're going to put off the installation until tomorrow because I don't want this video to get too long, and I want to get this out to you so you can start playing with it, okay? So you got everything you need to play with this. We're going to get this going for you. I want to point out this Patreon page here. This is Colin Herbs. This is actually the guy that developed the FramePack Studio. This is a great guy. Okay, so him and I have been chatting tonight. Think he might show up tomorrow in our live Q&A, so you should definitely pop in and say hi. And if you want to support him, you should go to his Patreon site and support him. Okay, and you're actually supporting the development of FramePack Studio. So I do know this is something he wants to do full time. He's putting about 4 hours a night into this. He would like it to go bigger, and if you support him, that means that actually you're helping to develop this thing. So think of it like a GoFundMe sort of an issue here. Just saying thanks for all of the great work that you are doing there. So you can check him out, Colin Yu over there. Thank you so much, Colin. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave it quits there. Obviously, tomorrow during our Q&A, this is going to be what we're talking about. So once again, High Dream has just kind of gotten overshadowed by poor High Dream can't catch a break. But FramePack has just dominated the AI world again, and Colin Herbs has brought out this FramePack Studio, and it's awesome. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Again, tomorrow around 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. So that is You know, it's an hour more than Pacific Standard Time, okay? So you can figure it out. We'll be around then. Go find it on the YouTube. You can find it on the getgoingfast.pro page. You can find the link. Come be part of it. Ask questions and enjoy with us as we go through some cool stuff. So in the meanwhile, you guys stay good. We will catch up with you tomorrow. I'm going to release this video tonight, so you might be catching up with this in the morning. The installation tutorial will come tomorrow as well, the manual installation. But like I said, you've already got it. You can get going fast, with it tonight. And we will be doing this obviously for the next couple days. So you guys stay good. Tell your mother you love her. Give the kids a kiss good night and tell them that Dad thinks they're the greatest thing in the whole world. You should be telling your kids that every night. All right. We will talk with you later. And I'm just babbling now. Blah, later.